But this, that's what you're hearing. You can choose to believe what you're hearing. You can also choose to believe what you say. It's your choice. What are you saying about your situation? What are you saying about yourself? If you don't have the courage to say that, listen to what God says. Listen to who He says you are.
Hey everyone, welcome to Inspired Minds. My goal of the podcast is to introduce you to the people and ideas that will help you execute on your dreams and goals. My promise is to bring on guests that will help you find yourselves and awakening and opening up your mind to a new way of living. And today's guest is Samuel Gunnell.
How's it?
Brother?
How you doing?
Man, great. So before we start, tell us about who you are and what it is that you do.
Okay, cool. I'll start here. I'll say that I really appreciate what's happening. I think that your dreams are going to come true. I think that your intention is pure. And I believe that your greatest dreams are but the cocoon of what's actually going to happen.
Yeah.
So, my name is Samuel Gunnell. Many of whom might see the podcast might know whom I am and where I come from. Many of you all might not know, but who I am is I've been named inspiration by somebody. Whom I am is a cancer survivor. Whom I am is a believer. I'm 40 years old. I'm married to the most awesome person in the world. Her name is Mary. You might meet her soon. I have an 18-year-old daughter who is my lecturer in life. I'm a life coach, transitional change coach, an NLP specialist, and I'm a conscious understanding coach. We own a company called White Flag Coaching, and that's what I do for a living.
Great. So walk us through what happened that landed you into cancer. What happened? How did everything start?
Okay. 2007, it started with a breakup. It started with a heartbreak. Possibly the most difficult situation out of everything. And that is the mother of my child, whom is another life, not only me. I had to learn that. My world was revolved around having a daughter and being with her. When that fell apart, I lost myself. A little bit more than that, alcohol abuse. Why? Because of searching for something that can either uplift me, benefit me, make me feel better, like a medicine, an addiction. With that came the love of money. I would challenge any human being to tell me they don't love money. Need a loan? Please come visit me. Our offices are in Montague Gardens. I live in Chisholm. Not allowed to live there. With the love of money, I did everything in my power, which actually transpired afterwards, to get that money. That was my new medicine. I ran into a couple of bad situations, like driving a car through a wall, like almost losing my arm, a very violent situation. In other words, it's my own doing. It was accidental where I hurt myself, but it's myself fighting with myself, getting a vicious cycle of very bad events happened. I was retrenched at the one place that gave me my healing. Money was taken away from me. So the stress involved, the trauma involved, took away my dignity, took away me knowing who I am, took away my love for life. And I ended going to a hospital called Bremer. I had a flat in Glasgow, which I bought was the time I had this money. And the reason why I went to the Bremer was because I couldn't move my neck. I couldn't eat. I went to Bremer and they said I had a severe case of depression. And they also found that I had a low blood situation. So they gave me a vitamin B injection, thinking that's what it is. Fast forward 4 weeks later, I was 41 kilograms. Now the average weight of a 1.79 meter tall man is 74. The average weight of an 11-year-old child is 41 kilograms. So to say I was skin and bone was a compliment. My teeth protruded past my mouth. I was unrecognizable. When going into a hospital, which I didn't decide, I was suggested to by my sister. She was basically watching her brother fall out of life. And I said to her, I want to die. Because there was nothing there. The only picture I had that kept me was the picture of my daughter. That's the only thing that kept me. Being in hospital, I didn't realize why they were there. There's people coming to visit. The day when I was put into hospital, the doctor said this man was 2 more days in the hospital. He did. 2 more days at home. Nobody knew what was wrong. Put me into a TB ward. The significance of that is, should I have contracted TB, I would have died immediately because I had zero immune system. But they didn't know. Laying on the bed in hospital itself, I had some time to reflect. And I searched this thing called God. I knew there was a God. But now there was no other alternative but to know, what is this? Because the only thing I heard about was God loves you. He cares. He's a healer. There's something that can happen. A woman, she actually lives in Stratford, Miss Abrams, Felicity Abrams. She walked into the ward, she's a nurse there. Came to my bed. She asked me, can I pray for you? I was like, excuse me. Because I did not know what that meant. Some people take it for granted. Maybe that's a good point to say. Don't think for a second that your prayers aren't being heard. So whoever you're praying for might not hear you, but God's listening. She came in there with the intention of asking me to pray for me. My name was Samuel. She had it in a dream. I didn't know how this could be true. She knew I was going to be there. And I was like, okay, you can pray for me. Hope. This prayer lasted about half an hour, which was unheard of to me because normally a prayer to me was our Father who art in heaven.
Yeah.
And through this prayer, she said, through your misery will come your ministry. I remember I never ate for 4 weeks till that point. Everything I ate was wrong. Everything I drank was wrong. So I was basically killing myself. The next morning, there's a trolley that goes around with a millipap. They come to you and say, I want to eat whatever the case may be. And that trolley would go past me because they know I won't eat. And that morning, I wanted to eat. She said, well, I said, you give me some 2 buckies. Because that guy there eat my back porridge every morning.
Yeah.
I want his porridge this morning. So praise God. That's a journey. I was asked to go home for the first time. And this is a fast for quite a bit of my time in hospital. For the mere fact, I want to get to the point of this news. I was in hospital for 3 months at that time. All tests were done. When I say all, everything. If it's got oscopy at the end, gastroscopy, colonoscopy, any test there was, they couldn't find it. So I was asked to go home for the weekend. And I'm not sure what exactly the intention was when you go home, but I see it as a break. And I also see that possibly the doctors do. Maybe meet up with your family before you go. And they asked me, where do you want to go? And I said, well, I'd like to go to a man called Eric Sampson. So once you want to go to your home, I said, no, I want to go to Eric Sampson. And they asked, oh, okay. So you know, it's a sign, just go there. Hey, why? So I grew up in Spitsway, Stanford. Number 62 Spitsway. There's a family, my best friends Sean, and his father. His father was the only person I knew that spoke in the name of Jesus. That's the reason why. So you that keep the name of the Lord's name high, don't think that it's not making an impact. You might have a Samuel watching. So I went to him and he said, welcome. Gave me a conversation and I was led to the Lord to follow his ways. I had a prayer over that weekend before I go back. I said to the Lord, now that you are my world, now that you own me, I only got one request. I just want to know, I want the doctors to find out what's wrong with me. I don't mind if I don't get completely healed. I just want that to be found out. At that point, there was no one in South Africa qualified for that. I went back the Monday. They said they got an appointment with someone coming from Cameroon. He's a specialist in exactly what might be wrong with me. He's actually doing a documentary because I couldn't detect anything like that. Then he came the next day. They found out. So the doctor came to me. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. What do you want first? I said, I already enough bad news for life. Give me the good news. In that same time, I'm processing that God can give the bad news. But I want to hear the good news. His words were, you know what is wrong with you. So that your prayers get answered. That's what I asked for. But the bad news was, you got an incurable cancer. At your age, Very difficult. But we're going to try. And that's what we did. That's how I found out. I got cancer. You know the further?
Yeah. And how did you come out the other side, Peter?
How did I get here?
Yes.
Well, I listened to what the doctors had to do. Doctors are professionals. I also asked for help. I went to many, millions of people who were praying for me. I asked for help in all sorts of areas. Jehovah Rapha does it with the hands. It's in human hands. So, after being told I need to go to photo scale to have a bone marrow transplant, which is basically they take marrow at the edge of your bone in the back. And it makes any sense to you. Imagine a drill going into the bone and then pulling out marrow. There's no anesthetic. They put something in so that the needle can go into you, but while it's in you, there's no anesthetic. And they do that 12 times. Was the most excruciating pain you can imagine. And they found out what the prognosis would be through the way my bone marrow was speaking to them. I needed a bone marrow transplant, which basically takes your stem cells, maybe got it from scratch. But for that, in order that to happen, they need chemotherapy, which wipes out all the degenerated cells or everything in the body. That's why people get so sick from chemotherapy. Wipes out everything, and then they regenerate with new stem cells so that they can build a new. First process was to have my own done, and that takes about 3 months of chemotherapy before you can do that. You need to wipe you clean with 3 months of chemotherapy. I remember sitting in the bath in my sister's place and wiping my head after the first 2 weeks or so of chemotherapy and having hair in my hand. So most people feel that. They think that's when you have cancer.
Yeah.
That's the treatment. When I had hair in my hand, I knew that the chemotherapy was doing something. So I didn't mind losing my hair. I can grow my hair back. Some people don't grow their hair back. That's okay. But it's a sign that it's working. Getting the bone marrow transplant helps you clean. You sick like a dog. When you're having this chemotherapy treatment, you sick like a dog. If I see a bag, a specific bag, I go back to that feeling. If I just see the bag, there's a certain smell of chicken that takes me back to it. So everybody reacts differently to chemotherapy. That was my reaction. I got very nauseous. When you have a bone marrow transplant, you're alone. You go into isolation. And you're only allowed very few, if any, visitors. But they have to go through a whole screening process, wearing certain clothes and so forth. When people come to visit, they have to do that. So how do people come visit? So you are alone. That's a time I connected the best with God. So God blessed me with being alone. I had extensive understanding and reading of this God. I followed, when you read, you're busy working now, you're reading but you don't reflect. I reflected longer than I read. I meditated longer than I read. The word spoke within me. And I knew I'm not going to die. I knew it. This is why I'm alive. This is why these things happened to me. Because I was going in the wrong direction. A new direction was given to me. Through the pain, anguish, through your misery will come your mastery. There's a reason why you're going through what you're going through. So when I got this bone marrow transplant done the first time, I basically met Mary, my wife, about a month before that. And she came to visit me after work. She works in Rondebosch, in Groteskeer. Visiting hours is till 7, from 6 till 7. She works till 5:30. Took a bus from Rondebosch. Got off the bus. This is actually a real story. I still don't understand how it's true. Got caught. Came to Groteskeer, got up the sat for 10 minutes because she had to take the Ross bus back to Rocklands and then walk a kilometer to her home. So at that point in my life, I had nothing. Didn't work. I was busy dying, going to the world. But I met the person that believed in me more than anyone else in my life. So is your actions got anything to do with how people believe in you? But in my experience now, people all believe, but you can't see it. It comes to you through that experience of true, genuine love, sincere love. I found my value. I found my worth. I knew if I'm as important to somebody as that with nothing, then who am I to God? Who am I to this awesome God who believes in everybody the same way? And then I started the road to recovery with that belief system, with that new identity, new found self-worth, no prejudice, no judgment, no bias, just in the grace. I found life. And then I had another bone marrow transplant 3 months later, which is unheard of. Because the bone marrow transplant basically breaks you apart like a rag. This first one didn't work out, so let's do another one. Find a match through one of my siblings. They found a 90% match, which is also a risk. My sister was a match. 90% match, needed to be 99 or 100% to be best. And went through the same really traumatic situation. But I knew. At one stage, the professor came into. The professor is we're very lucky in South Africa. We got some of the best staff in oncology in the world. There's an American professor that came into the room, and because I was someone that has a seek truth, I don't need any kind of story. Just tell me the truth. I can work with the truth. He said to me, I said, sorry, Professor, what's going to happen next after the second bone marrow transplant? What's going to happen next? And please tell me the truth. He said, there's nothing more we can do. I can't say that you can make it. And then I grabbed his hand and I said, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to come to this evidence. It's going to happen. And now I sit here, 10 years later, completely healed. In the name of Jesus.
And tell me, the people that's going through something like this, what advice would you give for them? People that's going through something, any diagnosis, what advice would you give for them?
If you're being diagnosed with something, think about this. That's what you're hearing. You can choose to believe what you're hearing. You can also choose to believe what you say. It's your choice. What are you saying about your situation? What are you saying about yourself? If you don't have the courage to say that, listen to what God says. Listen to who He says you are. You don't know how? He is a Bible. There's many people out there who can't wait to speak to you about telling you who you are. A newfound identity. Maybe start believing. Get yourself an opportunity to believe. If I told you you won't amount to anything, you can choose to believe that. But you have to tell yourself something to believe.
So if I got the diagnosis and you're my first caller and I call you, what's the first things that you will tell me?
If you got the diagnosis of being with cancer
Yes.
and you called me,
Yeah.
what would I tell you? Never stop speaking to anybody else. Stay connected. I'll talk about the things you like. What do you like? You like football?
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about football. What's your favorite food?
Pasta.
Pasta. You feel you're Italian?
Not really.
Okay. Maybe you are. Obviously, you have to own that. I don't speak about the things that you already know. You know you got cancer. Why must I talk about it?
Yeah.
Give you a reason to love.
I think that's important, and especially our perception of seeing things, and especially my journey with Christ as well. You know, I also thought, where is this God? Is there God? And I went through a tough time as well, and a dark time especially. And my parents always used to tell about, you know, quote, the choices that you make in life determines your destination. And when you walk with God, you always reach your destination. And you know, I'm grateful and then I'm honored. And yeah. And I don't, so what's diet in your exercise? Do you do anything?
Honestly, what comes into me is programmed by my wife. I eat when I feel. Food has never been a god to me. I feel that you eat that what nutritionalizes you. What you feel feels good for you. And when it comes to exercise, it's been some time, but I walk extensively. I try to walk between 8 and 10 kilometers a day. I feel that that circulates the energy that's required.
And how important do you think exercise is to?
Well, as a life coach,
What does it do to the brain, to the body? How
there's many parts to it.
many benefits?
So what we and I'm gonna give you some insight on why I'm a life coach. It'll make it more sense of context to my answer. I found out that many things that we believe about how to live the best life is only conditional understandings. So we follow the same pattern, thinking of a different outcome. Einstein says you do the same thing over and over and you expect different results. That's the way he describes what insanity is. So we hear many things, but your body, your soul, your mind knows you. So in life coaching, the neuro-linguistic programming, we find out what you feel, and that becomes something of worth. You don't have to be taught everything. You get your own support structure. You are a support structure to others. Value finding. So when your question says how important is exercise, what did you want to achieve? Where do you want to go? If I don't exercise, I don't utilize this gift.
You need to have a vision.
If I don't think, I don't use this gift. If I don't acknowledge my emotions, my soul dies.
Yeah.
So there's a balance in the three. So everything is vital. But it's about you. In the end of the day. So exercise, just as important to your feelings. You're feeling sad, it's completely linked to how you exercise. You're feeling stiff, it's completely linked to how you feel. What you're thinking about, what's your vision, where you want to go. All of them becomes a balance. So my work is basically putting people back in a place of best. All three of them balance. How do I identify your situations? How do you come through? How do you confront a challenge? That's my work. You go into groups, you go in individuals, you do relationships. Why? Because I believe anything can change. Why? Because it happened for me.
And if you can do it, we can do it, everyone can do it.
If this Samuel can do it, believe me, if this guy can do it, then anybody can do it. If I'm sitting here in front of you, having a conversation about being married, owning my own place, and sitting in front of you with our own business, doing life coaching, then I don't know what else people can believe. If you can't believe this, I don't know what to believe. I can't make it believe. You have to believe.
And how important is it to have the right or the proper mindset to your goals, to your vision? How important is mindset?
Vital.
Probably everything, right?
Vital. It's vital. The way a man thinketh, so is he. There's a reason for that. Because for you to believe something, you have to visualize that intention. And whatever suspends, whatever filters you have that keeps you background, will allow you to be stuck. So a mindset is actually being free. The best mindset you can have is to be free. Free of what the outside judgmental, the outside expectations are. And you project yourself. That's a mindset. Like I say, it's a balance. If you've done physical things, you start believing that. You start believing that, you start tuning in more energy. You start thinking you can do bigger things. If you lifted something heavier, you start believing that. If you start believing that, you start thinking of other things that you can do. Obstacles will be free from. Nothing is impossible with God. That's a belief. But if you're going to sit back and analyze whether it's true or not, it's not going to be possible. So the mindset is about belief.
Great. So before I ask my last question, if anyone has to change one thing in their life, what would it have to be?
Change the fact that you have to fit in. Change the understanding that you need to fit yourself into society. Change the thought patterns, or the beliefs, or the doubts, whichever those are, that makes you not be you. If there's one thing I would say, any human being should start being you.
Great. And tell me, so what do you think of our environment? How important is environment?
When you say environment, give me context what you mean.
So if you, in your environment, if you have a growth mindset, right? You want to grow in life. How important is it by surrounding yourself with the right people? And because environment, it can be everything, right? You become who you surround yourself with. So,
Okay, if you mean in connection,
yeah.
connecting to the right people or the best people comes through being in the situation we currently are. All the right people are in your life. All the best people are in your life. Everybody's teaching you something. So when you say the right or the wrong people, what is right and what is wrong? Everybody's teaching you something. You're always teaching somebody. There's a reason why you speak to somebody. There's a reason why we have a meeting. This is no coincidence. So when I say environment, if you have conditions surrounding you, that doesn't make conducive to what you believe you should be, then it's because you are the one that's going to make someone else in that situation believe it's possible. So if I was brought up in a poverty mindset, then I'll be set over my life, expectations from the outside, remember, that this is not possible. The reason why it came to you at that point, and you realize you got self-realization about it, you start waking up, is because you are the one that make a change. It hit you right where you are because you're the one that's going to make a change. You're the one that came with this idea. Okay? Was the circumstances, the conditions, all in your favor? That's why it happened. Because now there's going to be 10 cadence instead of 10. That's how inspiration happens. That's how you motivate the future. So anyone that speaks about their conditions or their surroundings or the community is avoiding the call by saying, I don't have the right platform, I don't have money, I don't have all those things. Did Sam have any of those? Did Caden have any of those? No right, no wrong. You are the one that changes everything. Jesus said, greater things you shall do. Why did he say that to the disciples? Because he said, this must go on. This must go on. Wherever you find yourself, that's where you are. This is what's going to happen. You can't be born twice, can you? You can be born into a new family, God, but you can't be born twice. You can't be living here and then be born in America in a rich family. You're here. Why are you here? That is purpose. That is meaning to life. Why are you here? You're here to change the entire mindset. You ask me about mindsets, you're the one that changes the mindsets. The higher you vibrate, the better many people are going to connect to you. You calling them to wake them up. Because you love them. That's why. Your mom spoke to you in such an enlightening way. Because she wanted to come. To do what? To do this. So you are the change. I don't speak about conditions, environments. Some of the most beautiful roses in the world, where they grow, it's the most smelliest compost. And the heat, nothing can survive. But that most beautiful rose grows in those conditions.
And if you could create one law, what would it be? One law.
One law.
What would it be?
Never live life with assumption.
Never?
Never live life with assumption.
And I think our perception also, like, we're also assuming. So I'm not what I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. And it is like that, right?
My lecturer says that.
Is it? Wow.
That's what I say, and now I connect with the first person that says the same thing. Perception.
Yeah.
Judgment comes from assumption. Simple. Even if someone told you a few things, that doesn't mean that's what they actually feel about you. It's what they feel about you at that point when you heard it. They might not even be talking to you, they can be talking to themselves. So don't take insults. Demonstrate something to you. If I offer you this water, you can take it or not, isn't it?
Yes.
If I offer you offense, you can take it or not as well. You don't have to take it offense. Don't live life with assumptions. Don't take offense. No, thank you. I'd rather have a glass of milk than offense. Ask questions that are non-antagonizing and mutually beneficial. In other words, apply wisdom. And love yourself. Because that's what people love. Whoever you're going to meet, they're going to love you. You might as well love that person yourself.
Samuel, thank you so much, brother.
That was a nice one.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem, thanks, my man.
Thank you.